speaking module. And for the overview of speaking module, from before starting our session, I want to clear one thing. We should try to speak in English in this session throughout this session. Okay. Just because if you have any hesitation to speak in English, so that you can speak, and when you speak in English, you will cover your hesitation, and you try to boost your energy and you boost your confidence. So it's a request, try to speak in English. I hope you all understand. Okay. So first of all, when we talk about the IELTS speaking module, so this module is same. This test is same for academic and general training. And I think so here we all are we all are students of academic training. I am right or not?
Yes, ma'am, you're right.
Yes. So we can attempt the test in two formats. One is the face-to-face and the second one is through the video call. So I think so it's not our choice. Uh, it's according it's chosen by the that institute. If they allow us to attempt the test face to face, then we will obviously attempt the test face to face. And if they give us opportunity to attempt test video via video call, then obviously we choose video call. So it's not our choice. It's by the it depends on the institute. The third and important thing, which is duration. So this test takes 11 to 14 minutes, total 11 to 14 minutes, and after 14 minutes you will automatically attempt your test. The style that we used must be informal, natural conversation, and the purpose is spoken to check the spoken English skills. Not some because many participants thought that the examiner might think about our thoughts, like what we are thinking about the specific things, and what are our ideas, how, but it depend only on how we convey our ideas, what sentences we use to convey our ideas, and how we speak in English, what is the grammatical range of our sentences. It's only depend upon on our English language, because it is the English language test, not a psychological any type of any sort of test. Like examiner does not want to thought or think about our thoughts, about our ideas. He must don't want to know about our ideas. He want to know about our grammatical range, about our English mistakes, about our sentences. So this is all about the style and purpose. So whenever examiner asks question from you, so try to speak natural. Try to give examples, or try to tell all the things that is familiar to you, that you already knew, because by this way you automatically don't hesitate during the test, and you will not lose your confidence when you speak truly and when you speak naturally. And the focus areas are pronunciation, fluency, grammar, and vocabulary. So this is the little bit overview of IELTS speaking session. So this consists of three parts: speaking module, part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 is basically the introductory part. In this session, in the part 1, examiner actually asks the introductory questions like interview from you, and this will take automatically 4 to 5 minutes, and question must be related to your everyday topics, for example family, weather, your favorite pet, your hobbies, about your must be examiner might be asked about your friends, about your favorite things. So these type of questions will ask during the part 1. And what are the tips of part 1? So part 1 is about you and be personal and natural. Try to avoid the story making during the test, because if you speak in English and you don't you felt that you don't know about the question that examiner asked from you, and you made a story at that time, then might be possible you will lose your confidence, and you forget about the lines what lines you use for next type of question. So that's why try to avoid storytelling during the exam. Be natural. Only share your thoughts. And the other thing about the part 1 question is your answer must be in 1 to 2 full sentences. Sentences you can convey your ideas in um, almost 4 sentences. Like, try to avoid one word answer. If examiner asked what is your name and you just said my name is Arijabas, okay, no, you need to add more sentences and a little bit more details about your name. Like, my name is Arij Abbas, and my family and friends called me with called me as Aruj. So you can also call me as Aruj. So these the type of 2 to 3 sentences you can add during your part 1 section. So try to avoid one word answer during the part 1 section. And the other thing, add small personal details to extend your answer. Do not memorize answers. It sounds unnatural, and when you memorize answers, obviously during the exam you automatically forget about the answers, because at that time you already get the anxiety or something else. So that's why try to not do not memorize answers, only speak naturally. And the last thing, smile and maintain eye contact. Like, be confident. You know everything. Because examiner noticed all the things, your expressions also. So be confident. So these type of question examiner ask from you. For example, do you like reading? And you just say yes. And if you don't like reading, you say no. So this is not the appropriate way to answer the question. You might need 1 to 2 sentences to prolong your answer for the proper answering. Like, yes, I really enjoy reading, especially mystery novels. I usually read in the evening before bed because it helps me relax. So these type of 2 to 3 sentences you need to take while answering your question, just for prolong your answer. So this is the good structure for answering is step 1, direct answers. That you directly reply the question. Like, if examiner asks from you, do you like fast food, and you said yes, I like fast food, so this is the direct answer of the question. Step 1 is this. And step 2, add details, little details, just for prolong your answer. Not much details, just a little bit details, like that consist of 2 to 3 sentences, no, not more than 2 to 3 sentences. Like, give a reason, example, and a short story. Just to give one reason, and if you have an example, just give one example. Try to answer your questions of in part 1 in 2 to 3 sentences, and try to avoid memorized answers, and also try to avoid to prolong your answer like 4 to 5 sentences. So the mandatory thing, which is try mandatory is you need to answer your questions in maximum 2 to 3 sentences, not more than these. Okay, another example that we have, do you like traveling? Yes. This is the bad express. This will be the bad expression on the examiner. And what is the better answer? Yes, I love traveling because it gives me a chance to explore new cultures and meet different cultures. For example, this is the example. Last year I visited the northern areas of Pakistan and it will amazing. So this is all about the part 1 introduction, in which we can say introductory part. These type of questions examiner will ask from you in the introductory part. So what about the part 2? Part 2 is the long term, which we can say cue card question. Examiner asks cue card questions in part 2 from you, and this will take 3 to 4 minutes in total. 1 minute the examiner will give you to prepare your answer, and the examiner might be possible give you pen and paper. Okay, and you will have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes you have to speak for answering your cue card question, which is part 2 of speaking module. And 1 to 2 follow-up question examiner will ask from you in the discussion part, which might be possible related to your cue card question. So you can say your part 2 and part 3 questions will be similar. Okay, so what is the task? Describe a topic from a cue card with bullet points. Like examiner will ask a question from you, and the question must be in bullet points, and you have to directly answer all the points, all the bullet points of the cue card question. Okay, so what are the tips? Use your notes to guide your talk. Where is your notes? Your notes, when examiner will give you 1 minute to prepare your answer, at that time examiner will also give you a pen or paper. So at that time, during that 1 minute, you have to write notes that you will use during answering your cue card question. Okay, and your aim for you have to ask the question in 2 minutes. Okay, how to organize your answer? First of all, introduction. Second, details and examples. And fourth, conclusion. Third, conclusion and summary. And lastly, use linking words. This is the most important thing that you have to use during your speaking, which is the linking words. Finally, firstly, lastly, for example, for instance, in conclusion. So these type of linking words that you must try to use during your speaking part. And last thing, again remember, if you don't know much about the topic, be creative, be natural. The examiner is testing language, not your knowledge. If you think you can make a story, and after making a story you will speak for 2 minutes, but remember one thing, part 2 and part 3, these parts are similar to each other. Okay, so when examiner asked question the examiner asked question in part 2, uh, so when examiner asks questions from part 3, part 3 questions are must be related to the part 2 questions. Yes. Okay, what is the example of cue card question? First of all, describe a holiday you enjoyed. These type of cue card questions will be asked during your exam. First bullet point is where you went. Second bullet point is who you went with. Third bullet point, what you did there. And lastly, and explain why it was memorable. So this is the example of cue card question. This type of cue cards will be asked during the exam. This is the part 2 question of speaking module. So how you prepare your notes? First of all, you have to write on your notes what describe a holiday. First of all, you have to write a holiday. You have to think, you have to brainstorm about a holiday. You have to write a holiday. The holiday might be possible. You have a use spend night with your cousins or something else. any type of gatherings. And where you went, second thing that you write on your notes, which is where you went. Third is who you went with your family, with your friends, with your teachers, with your colleagues, what you did there, what type of gathering is that, that is a marriage or any what we can say, any sort of tour.
Family occasion or event.
Yes, yes, any type of event. And lastly, explain why it was memorable. Write the few things on your notes why it is memorable. So these type of things that you can write on your notes. Okay. For example, the answer of this question, this type of answer you have to prepare. Last summer, I went to Istanbul with two of my close friends, Ahmed and Sarah. We had been planning this trip for almost a year. For almost a year. So our excitement was through the roof when we finally booked our flights. We have decided to go in July because the weather is warm and perfect for sighting. Like this type of question, this type of answer you have to answer during the exam. Okay. So this is our third part, which is discussion, which is the discussion question. Sir Ibad, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Sir Ibad, it's over to you. Kindly explain the part 3 question, then I will join you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so Deep, Sir Adil, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Yeah, your
Yes.
hand is raised.
So in the cue card, what to do if some of the question are not relevant to us? So do we have to make up an answer, or there is flexibility to leave one or two question from the cue card and skip those and answer the other question that are present in the cue card?
Okay, so if when you're answering the cue card question, the main topic is the most relevant thing you have to answer. The sub things, as ma'am has mentioned, the 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever they were there, they are just to facilitate you actually. Are you getting this, sir? So they are just to facilitate you. You can make up your answer according to those subtopics, but you should have to properly answer your main question. That's it.
Okay.
Hope I answered. Okay, so we were at the part 3 of the speaking test. So part 3 is basically discussion type of questions. There the examiner is going to ask you questions related to your cue card, and it is kind of an interaction between, like you will have some cross questions, whatever you have stated before. So there's difference between the part one questions and part three questions. The part one questions are basically that's the start of the test. So these are not that much difficult to answer. And secondly, you have to speak a little bit more than your part one questions, although it is also like a question and answer type of thing. But in part three questions, you have to give 5 to 6 more complex, like you will have the questions there and you have to answer them a little bit more, like more than 30 to 40 seconds. Like it could be around 5 to 6 sentences. So it will last for around 4 to 5 minutes, and you have 5 to 6 complex questions about the part two, as I have mentioned. And it can be anything like the opinion, what your opinions are about that, or what you have already talked in your 2 minute monologue. It could be an analysis of that thing, or issues, or whatever the things were. So the tips of part three is you have to give a detailed answer with examples. So the pattern is you give an statement, then give an example of that, and then explain that example. Statement, example, and then explanation. So this is the you can say a theme you have to follow. So it would help you to make your answer elaborative, and it can cover the all the things the examiner is expecting you for a good band. Another tip is you have to compare ideas and give reasons. And when you explain the thing, it answers that thing. You have to ability to discuss abstract concepts. Yeah, some of the questions were they were asked that you have to explain the concepts over there because the examiner is at this level, at part 3 level. The examiner actually tries to dig deeper and tries to look for if you qualify for higher bands. So it's if you're getting tough questions, so don't be afraid. It means your examiner is satisfied with your responses in the part one and part two, and now he's going further. He's pushing you further to attain a higher band. So be confident about that. Sometimes we'll get flabbergasted at what they are getting thrown at. So don't feel it that way. Some of the question example is how has tourism changed in your country in recent years? If the cue card question was about the tourism, or it could be about the holiday. So now the examiner could ask you the question related to the tourism. So you can answer. It's a sample answer here. As you can see on your screens, that tourism in my country has grown significantly. Up now, why it has? It is the because of better infrastructure and social media promotion. You have given the reason, now you are going to elaborate it. However, I think it has also created challenges such as overcrowding in popular sports and environmental damage, as we have seen in the news as well. You can also say that as the Athabad Lake, there were resorts building on which is polluting the lake, and the natural infrastructure is deteriorating due to that these infrastructures. So you can answer these things like. Ma'am, if you are, yeah, thank you. So the marking criteria is it is for is 25% each for the fluency and coherence. Like you have to have the speech which is smooth and which is logical. So fluency and coherence is evaluated in this exam, in this module. Lexical resource, as it is already mentioned in other modules as well, that you have to use a wide range of vocabulary and precision, but do not try to include difficult words, like the words which are often used in the GRE list. So do not try to include them unless they are necessary. The clarity is more important than using that kind of English which is used by even Shashi Tharoor. So don't try to include those kind of vocabulary if you don't know the precise answer. Like you do not know the meaning of that. You don't know that whether I should use it or not. So you have to just use the appropriate vocabulary. Lexical resource means this thing. So you should avoid the big words or idioms and just use vocabulary naturally to communicate clearly. Another thing is grammar. So when you are speaking, your grammar is evaluated if you are using the right tenses, if the sentence structures are okay. So you have to look for it. Third thing is pronunciation. Uh, be mindful that a pronunciation doesn't mean accent. Like you shouldn't. It is not necessary that you should copy any accent of like the British accent or American. You just have to pronounce the word properly. Like for example, people often say career, like it's career, CARER, career. So you should pronounce the word career. I'm just giving you an example. Instead of career, like often we or most of the Pakistanis use this word like that. So the pronunciation should be okay, no matter what the accent is. Um, yeah, the common challenge, ma'am. If you could just, ma'am, could you please scroll down
सर
the
बात
document? जी sir.
सर यहाँ पे लिखा है लॉजिकल स्पीच so let's suppose we get a topic on which we don't have much information about. How can we speak logically against that topic?
Okay. So the thing is, what I think, the logical speech is not only that you have to like create points that should be like logically answered in that way. The examiner actually look for the answers which are uh, at least you answer the question what is asked. So that actually means what the logical thing is. Are you getting this? Like if I don't know that what nuclear plants do, let's say, like many of us don't know, so we can just answer our question that some of the things we know, like nuclear plants actually make energy, and they, although I'm not sure, we can also admit that. We can also admit that in because as ma'am has already said that the examiner is not going to question or is not going to evaluate actually our a knowledge base. It's actually an examination of your English, like how clearly you can communicate whatever you know. Either you don't know, you can say that I'm not much, I do not know much about nuclear power plants, but I think that they do this thing and that thing, and they the nuclear power plants work this way. So you can answer this. Another thing is common challenges. So one of the biggest common challenges, as Sir Munib has asked, that you have limited topics prepared, like you could be run out of ideas, and you have to think a lot that what I'm going to answer for some specific question. There is a problem of short answers. Like often when as we are not accustomed of speaking English much in our environment, so people just answer them or just they just answer yes or no or very short answer. So it shows that you do not have a language range that's appropriate for this exam to gain a good band. Another, and as for the iCode Guru students, it is often recommended that one should try to aspire for at least they should have a target band of at least 7 bands. So this thing somehow actually marks what how could we say, it actually hampers the to gain a good score. Another thing is overthinking, that your speech becomes unnatural. You use sentences which are distorted or which do not have complete meaning, or which are often ununderstandable. So this is a problem or a common challenge faced by the aspirants here. Another thing is no linking words, that the answers are disconnected. They do not follow a path or a logical sequence, you can say, and especially this is the case with in the cue card questions, that you do not connect the dots, like the story you are telling, that how it flows, then you have to take care of that. One of the another challenge is you use overuse of memorized phrases. So it sounds fake. The examiner is so well versed with the exam, and they got training to actually identify that if you try to memorize any answer and you are just answering from your memory, then it means that you are not prepared for that. And the speaking section is also recorded. So if the examiner feels that some of the things are just memorized, the evaluators could listen to those audios of yours. So this is the thing. And ma'am, could you please scroll down a little?
Yes, sir, sure.
So what are the top tips for success? How how we can get the success? How we can get the target band? So the practice common topics in advance. That is the thing. Practice makes a man perfect, and this is the only way one can achieve a higher band in this model. Another tip is often recommended by many of the IELTS trainers is record yourself and listen for mistakes. One other thing is you should try to record it like audio, or you can even try record a video, so that you can know that how your impression changes, and if you are looking upwards out of the screen, or what your expressions are, although they are not counted at all in the real exam. If you just head down and you just answer the questions, it doesn't matter. Like you do not have to make eye contact consistently throughout your test. It's not required at all, but it is better, like it's a human to human interaction, especially if you are going to have your examiner, like the physical presence of the examiner. So it would be good that if you practice it beforehand. So one of the method is you just record it and then listen to it and then find out the mistakes you have already made. Another method is you record it and then you try to transcribe it. Like you have to make a transcript that whatever you have said, so that you know that wherever you have made grammatical mistakes, where the appropriate vocabulary was not used, or you could use a better word there, or the ideas could be the ideas could be better, or you could have a better flow with the linking words. So that is the other way. And a third thing is you can practice it with different kinds of GPTs like Chat GPT or Gemini. So they can also give you feedback and you can practice it with. So another thing is for another tip is speak naturally. So avoid memorized speeches. I think we have already covered that. Ask for repetition. Yeah, if you didn't hear a question, it is totally fine to ask the examiner to repeat it. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, can you repeat it, please? Could you repeat it, please? So you can say that. One of the question arise here sometimes that what if I don't know a word that I'm not known to the word the examiner has said. So you can also say that, can you please rephrase it? Can you please rephrase this question? For example, do you think the sugar is the main cause? For example, the examiner can ask you a question like this, right? Do you think the sugar is major cause of obesity? Now the thing is, you don't know the word obesity. So whatever the sugar causes, you don't know that you are going to answer. There might be a case, I have just make up a case for you. So the thing is, okay, you can try to ask the examiner to rephrase that. Could you please rephrase it? I cannot understand your question. So there are chances that he could rephrase it for you, so that you could answer it appropriately. Another thing is you should at least have 600 words of vocabulary by your side, so you know that what the examiner is saying. And I think most of the people have that kind of word stored with them, because majority of us are here are more than 16 years of have qualified 16 years of education. So we know a lot of the things. Another thing is spend your answers with reasons, examples, and comparisons. So it shows that you can make ideas in English, you can elaborate what you are thinking, and that is the purpose of the speaking tag, that you can communicate with the people without interruption, with fluency, with appropriate words, and you can just speak of your mind clearly. That another thing is you should not panic if interrupted. Yeah, this is one of the things, especially in the part three questions. Whenever you are going beyond the topic, or you are taking too much time, your answer is too long, or you have already answered, the examiner can interrupt you, and that's perfectly fine. Don't panic if the examiner interrupts you. Say, okay, stop. Okay, now, and he throws you another question. Just don't panic. And if they some of the examiner, sorry, the IELTS takers have already mentioned here at iGuru as well, that they make faces, like you will get the idea from the face that now this is my time is going to be up. Or don't be afraid with their faces. Whatever face they are making, if they are getting angry, don't be afraid. Just remain calm and confident. Okay, so the thing is, you should practice at on how to achieve all these things. You should practice at home. So try to simulate test conditions with a timer. That is, try to speak for the first part. Try to speak for 25 to 30 seconds, and then in the cue card questions, give yourself time to make notes for 1 minute, and then try to speak for 2 minutes continuous. Another thing is prepare topic-based vocabulary. Yeah, IELTS has this feature that you can have the vocabulary at one place related to the topics which are often asked in the IELTS exam. So you can practice it from here, or many of the words I can share, I can say surely that many of the words you would know them. You would know many of the words over there in that list. Just go through that once, and if you find any word which you haven't read or which you haven't heard of, just try to make two sentences, and that is the way you can get that. Ma'am, can you get back to the slide? Yeah. Another thing is work with a partner or practice alone. The practice alone method is already discussed that you can record yourself and then transcribe and then listen to it, find out the mistakes. That's the way. Another method is work with a partner so that the partner can identify your mistakes. Like as we are going to go do all of this week, that we are going to practice the questions with the partners. You can even find your sibling or any person who can understand you in English, and he can point out that what the mistakes you are making. Even you can speak with the mirror as well. If you lack confidence, if you have issues with the speaking, you can use the mirror speaking technique. You should review your model answer for structures. You shouldn't memorize. There are many model answers, especially in Sir Asad Yaqub's book. You can find there are answers over there. So just read them just for an idea that what an ideal answer could be. To get an idea about the topic, that what ideas I can discuss over there, which vocabulary is used there, and how to appropriately answer any question. So just get an idea over there. Don't try to memorize it. It's just for the knowledge. Train yourself to answer it exactly. Okay, another thing is use a variety of tenses and sentence structure. Example used to look for these things, like if you are making complex sentences, if you are using the right vocabulary, the correct vocabulary, so your band gets improved. Extra 9 band tips. It speaks up English every day. So the human body and mind is made a way that if we put time and focus on any of the organ or any of the skill we want to excel in, so that's the same in same way the English works. That it's a language. So if you practice it at your home or wherever you are, so you can get extra bands. Like you can have good band. Do a 24 English warm up before your test. That's very much essential. That for the 24 hour before your English exam, your actual exam, you should try to speak, listen, read, write only in English. Whatever your native language is or whatever language you speak at home, just don't follow it. Just use English. Another thing is correct small mistakes on the spot. It shows you you know the correct form. Yeah, another thing is if you made a mistake, like, so don't hesitate, don't feel like, but don't do it a lot. Like if you are correcting every 2 or 3 after 2 or 3 sentences, you are correcting yourself. That does not give a good impression, and it shows that you are unprepared for the test. So don't do this. But if once or twice you do this in real exam, it won't uh, give you any negative thing. So another thing is ask the examiner question. If you don't understand a word, we have already covered that. You should ask the examiner to explain if you don't know anything. Be a reflective learner. So record your answers, listen carefully, review your answers, what you have done wrong, and then improve those weak areas which you find difficult. Like if you have problem with the idea generation, work on your idea generation. Try to think critically. If you have problems with good vocabulary, learn some vocabulary. Practice that. And if you have grammar issues, work on your grammar. So that is the only way to improve. Focus on the 4 criteria, that is the pronunciation, fluency, grammar, and vocabulary all at once. Okay. Everything else is secondary. So the most important thing is fluency, the pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary. All are important. Don't overuse idioms or phrasal verbs. This can lower your scores. People try to use proverbs even, so it's not an appropriate way to answer. Academic formal writing. Like sometimes people say informal things or phrases which are totally related to this continent. Like for example, I was taking a test of an aspirant, and they say he said something like bathroom singing. So bathroom singing is not an appropriate thing to say. You can say that you sing alone or you enjoy pleasure singing. You can say like that. I hope I delivered this thing. Ma'am, is there anything else, or should we move to our practice session?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your availability. Okay, now we move towards our practice session. So these are these type of questions, these type of topics that examiner will ask questions from you, like work, study, hometown, home, art, bicycles, birthdays, childhood. So these are some topics, and this is the website of IELTS list. Here you can find almost 30, more than 30 topics here, that most familiar topics, most known topics. Like we all familiar with these topics like dictionaries, daily routines, computers, childhood, birthdays. So these type of topics that examiner asks questions from you. Okay, let's pause. If I ask question from you, okay, I want to show these questions only because for your ease, like you understand what type of questions that examiner asks during the exam. Okay, so although during the exam, examiner will not show you the questions, examiner only asks questions from you, and you have to answer the question uh, after listening your yes, you have to answer the question after listening it. Okay, so I only show you just because for your understanding. I have to stop my screen, and after stopping my screen, I ask questions from you, from any participant.
Okay, participants, if you are willing to participate, like raise your hand, so one by one, ma'am can ask a question. Feel free. Don't be hesitant. Be confident. This is the platform you should practice your speaking. Yeah, Sir Mustafa Zahid, that's good. I need more participants. Like, raise your hand. Feel free. It's just it's
Uh,
it's just
yes,
a mock thing. Yeah, ma'am.
yes, sir.
Continue.
Thank you so much. And if you raise your hand, it's well and good. But if you don't raise your hand at that time, I announce your name and you have to unmute yourself. So it's better you have to raise your hand by yourself. Okay, so thank you so much, Sir Mustafa Shahzad. Assalamu alaikum, Sir Mustafa Shahzad. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm fine.
That's great. Okay, so are you ready, sir?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, all the participants, you have tried to focus on the questions and the answers. Okay. Okay, so Sir Mustafa Shahzad, this is the introductory part, which is the part one of a speaking module. I have asked some introductory questions from you. So my first question is, where do you work?
Currently, I am working in an organization which is nearby my house, and my designation is more towards the software engineering role.
Okay, that's great enough. Why did you choose that job?
Basically, I have completed my bachelor's in software engineering, so I was looking forward for a role that aligned with my education, which was the best fit for me.
Okay. Is it a popular job in your country?
Not popular now, but there is a scope in the next 3 to 4 years that we could have a trend of software engineers growing more than the other jobs or domains or departments.
Okay. Do you get on well with your colleagues?
At the start, I can answer in two different ways. At the start, it was quite difficult for me because I was at my junior role and was difficult understanding the culture and environment of my company. But at this point of time, now I can balance things and figure out and understand what all they are up to and come up with some balanced life with them.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Mustafa. Yes, thank you so much, sir, for answering the questions. You really you directly answer your questions. which is really good thing, and your answers is quite good. So this is all
Uh,
about my side.
I have a question that, like Sir Ebag mentioned in chat, there should be 3 to 4 sentences. So the pattern should be like, first of all, I directly answer what the question is asking. Like you ask that in which company do you work? So I will answer that XYZ company I'm working in. Then the other 2 sentences should be an example regarding it or other relevant information that I have regarding it. It should follow this pattern basically, like directly answer the question and then come up with an example or come up with some other explanation that I could have regarding that question.
Yes, sir. That's the best approach, sir. You got it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, I do 100% answer the question that we required from you. That's why I said you really did good in your in this part. Thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Ma'am Muntaha.
Assalamualaikum. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Okay, so are you
Okay.
ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. My question is, do you live in a house or a flat?
I do live in a house, and that is basically um, a joint family house where we live with our other family members as well.
Okay. Okay, my next question is, are there many rooms in your home?
Yes, basically, as I mentioned previously, that we live in a joint family, so we have 3 portions in our home, and we have 6 rooms in the first floor, and 2 to 3 rooms in the second one, and 2 rooms in the third one.
Okay, good enough. What is your favorite room?
Um, the favorite room would be my own room, because where I live, where I spend most of my time by creating different things, writing and reading some books and writing articles for my blogs. And that was the place that I truly own, and that was a place that makes me more creative and makes me more relaxed whenever I want to get relaxed and whenever I want to be creative. So that would be the room
Okay,
that I like the most.
okay. How are the walls decorated?
Can you please repeat the question?
How are the walls decorated?
Um, well, the walls are not decorated because I don't want much colors in my room, and the wall is totally subtle, and the single colored walls are are preferred by me.
Okay, that's great enough. Thank you so much, Ma'am Muntha, for joining us. Ma'am Muntha, I felt something why with your answers. Like your answers are not good enough that I can say yes, fantastic. Your answers are good. I don't get these type of vibes. Okay, one thing that I felt, I think so. My is something wrong with your sentences, little bit, like your sentence structure, like present or I forget about it. You use will living like grammatical errors. I found grammatical errors in your speaking. And the other thing, you speak like your confidence is good. You speak in a better way, but it felt like you lost your confidence. like you have not much ideas, or you have not much vocabulary about this topic. Like these type of little bit, I think so 10 to 15% I felt with your speaking. I hope you understand it. It's over to you, sir. Ibadur Rahman, what you can say to Ma'am Muntaha?
Yeah, ma'am, she did well. And there is always room for improvement for everyone. Like all of us are not native. So for this time, I think she did well. Keep practicing.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I hope, Ma'am Muntaha, you understand it. And if you have any question, you can ask here.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the for the suggestions and recommendations, and thank you, Sir Badur Rahman. The only issue with my speaking is that whenever I asked any question, the vocabulary get faded from my mind, and I couldn't speak well. I couldn't get the words to express the idea, to make the sentence structure. But I am good at writing, and I do read a lot. But whenever I speak something, I don't get uh, much vocabulary, much words. That's the main reason that is why I am very dull in speaking.
Okay, Ma'am Muntaha, I think if you are a good writer, like if you can write in English easily, I also face the same issue with myself in past days, but I find a solution, which is you have to speak, like you have to speak with your family, you have to speak with your friends, you have to speak with anyone else with via on online talk or anything else. Okay, so any type of talk. You just have to talk in English with anyone, with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues.
Ma'am, we are having distortion from your side.
I think so it's from Muntaha's side.
Hello, ma'am, you are not audible enough.
There is some distortion,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's okay now. It's okay now.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much, Sir Ibad. Okay, Ma'am Munda, I suggest you to speak with your family, friends, and colleagues. And this is the only way to improve your confidence and to improve your ideas. Like if you speak with your friends, family, you can automatically think about the things, and you easily convey your answer. You easily convey your thoughts to the others. I hope you
Thank
understand
you.
it.
I
Thank
would
you
like
so
to
much.
I would like
I
to add
will.
here, ma'am. I just yeah. Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, Munda, you were saying.
You can say the word.
Okay. So I just shared a link to an app that is Sizeme app, and it's actually a GPT kind of thing. So you can practice it for 10 minutes. Like you can have a call with the bot over there. So you can practice it if you don't have any sibling or anyone else to talk with, you can talk with it. If you register yourself with your email, you can have a call for 30 minutes. That is, you can practice speaking 30 minutes and give instructions to it. Feel free to speak. And the most of the people have problem, as you have mentioned, that you are having problem of getting appropriate vocabulary and the words just slip out of your mind. So this problem can be solved with practice, or practice with it.
All right, that's a very good idea. Thank you so much for the link that you have shared with me. I will do practice with it because I don't have much friends and I don't have any sibling as well. So that's the reason that I cannot speak with someone physically interacted with. I
Okay, ma'am,
Thank you
Mali,
so much.
we have a lot of participants, so and we have to yeah, we are just left with 1 minute, so try to give everyone a chance.
Yes, sir, sure. So, Ibad, I want to say kindly add this link in our Slack channel, Google Sheet.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I will.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we move towards our next participant, which is Sir Safula Awan. So Safula Awan, are you here?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum assalam. Yes, sir, we can hear you. Okay, so are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so my question is, are you good at art?
Not at all. I was never interested in making an art. I was more like interested in playing physical activities.
Okay, did you learn art at school when you were a child?
Yeah, I was when in my primary school. I used to make drawings, and my teacher was she used to focus me on a lot. But I was never a art type person, so I used to play a lot, and I spent more time in playing my physical activities and never got into the art spending.
Okay. So have you ever been to an art gallery?
No, I was never in the art gallery. Wait.
Okay, I asked my question again. I repeat my question. Have you ever been to an art gallery? Yes, sir.
I think there's some issue at the end of Sir Saifullah.
Sorry, I was just disconnected. Yeah, I was never in the art gallery. I never had experience in going to art gallery and experience like architectural any time kind of.
Okay. My last question is art popular in your country?
Mm, I am totally empty with that kind of knowledge about how good is art in our country. Our when it goes to our history, there were like a lot of popular uh, art engineers who used to go in the whole world and design the structures with their art skills.
Okay,
Like
great
that.
enough. Thank you, Sir Safil Awan. Your answers are good, but I found something missing in your answers, and something wrong in your answers, which is you have problem with your sentence structure, in you don't you use in many times. Okay, and you use my physical sports, so that not my physical sports. You can generally say physical sports, or you can generally say sports, not my physical sports. So these type of mistakes I find in your answers. Try to improve these type of mistakes. These are the grammatical mistakes that the examiner scan from your speaking. Okay, so if you are not familiar, you said you are not familiar with this topic art, so this is not the good, this is not the right thing. Like, this is your, you think you are not familiar, you actually familiar with art. You can see art, might be possible if you are not attend any, you are not you were not going at any art gallery, but might be possible you have seen some photographs, or you have seen some paintings on at TV or at laptop, or during the movies. I want to say that you we like I want to say that we see everywhere, like paintings, drawings. We can see different art and craft videos, and we can listen these type of things. So you can answer your question with these type of examples. You can elaborate your answer with the by taking these type of material. Okay, so I have to.
Thanks. Anyways.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for participating. Okay, ma'am Iman Fatima, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Okay, so how are you, ma'am?
I am good. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so my question is, do you usually celebrate your birthdays?
Well, I used to celebrate my birthdays every single year when I was a kid, but since I'm adult now, so I don't get excited as much I used to when I was a kid, and I would say not anymore. I don't really celebrate my birthday anymore.
Okay, so how did you celebrate your last birthday?
Yeah. So I remember that the last birthday I celebrated was when I turned 18. And since it was a big milestone, so we had a huge celebration, and I got gifted a mobile phone, a good one, which was quite expensive by my brother. And oh, the phone, I still have this phone with me to this day. And yes, so I
Okay,
struggle
which
with brainstorming ideas, like when you immediately ask questions. I don't know how to come up with a story.
okay, no issue. My next question is, which birthdays are the most important ones in your country?
Sorry, what was the question?
Which
Which
birthdays are the most important ones in your country?
which dates?
Which birthdays are the most
Birthday.
important ones?
Okay.
Like
Well, the few pop.
how
Can you
people
let?
most.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to say most how people mostly celebrate their birthdays in our country.
Oh, okay. So I would say it's pretty similar to other cultures. We so the trend here in my country is that usually people they celebrate birthdays with a cake and family gatherings. It doesn't matter. Uh, it doesn't matter a lot. Like which age group you belong to. Well, we usually have family parties with a big cake for birthday celebration, and everybody, all the participants attending the event, they come up with presents as well. So I would say it's very much similar as the way how birthdays are celebrated around the world. There is no something culturally distinguished we practice here.
Okay. Fair enough. So my last question is, do you think children should celebrate their birthdays with a party?
Yes. So I have two distinct opinions about that. So what is usually practiced here when kids they are quite young, like they from the age group of 1 to 5, parents they celebrate their kids' birthday with fair or quite enthusiasm. And the thing is that the kids, when they grow up, they don't remember how their parents celebrated their 1 till 5th birthdays. So what I think that yes, the birthdays of children should be celebrated, but parents should consider uh, giving their kids birthday parties when they are around 10 years of their age or maybe elder than that. That might be helpful for them for making
Okay, Ma'am
improving their
Iman.
social life.
Ma'am
Mm-hmm.
Iman, take a break. Take a break.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering these questions. I
Mm-hmm.
really impressed by your English language.
Oh, thank you.
You speak in a good way. Really impressive. Okay. So one thing that I find which is a major and which is you can say a huge problem with your answers is that this is not the discussion part. This is not part 3 questions. This is part 1 questions. Like you have to just answer for 2 to 3 sentences. Like you first of all you directly answer the question and then add only 2 to 3 sentences only.
Okay.
Okay. Because in part one question, in part one, yes, in part one, you have to, this is the introductory part, and you just have to answer the uh, appropriate, you have, yes, you have to just appropriately answer the question. You don't need to prolong it too much.
Would it be mentioned that whether it's a part 1 question or part 3 question? Or
Yes,
we need
ma'am.
to get it? Oh, okay. It would be in order. Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, you too, because I really like your accent and I really like your speaking, uh, your
Certainly.
confidence. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay. Now we shall move towards Sir Asim. Sir Asim, kindly unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Okay. So, Sir Asim, my question is, are clothes important to you?
Clothes. Yes, I think clothes are important to not only me, but also other people as well. Because it is very useful for human survival. Also, it is a symbol of status. So I think clothes are important to everyone. Most of the world, we can say, most of people is very important for them.
Okay. One more thing, Sir Asim, kindly set your mobile or laptop, like your system, because your voice is little bit, your pitch is little bit low. So
Okay.
kindly,
Is it clear now?
yes, it's
Okay.
clear, right? Thank you so much. Okay. So my next question is, what kind of clothes do you usually wear?
I usually wear clothes with light colors and simple designs. It suits well on my personality, and also I like a little bit simplicity, so I wear simple and like that.
Okay. So do you ever wear the traditional clothes of your country?
Yes, I have wear the traditional clothes of my uh, country and specifically my area. So I have wear some other traditional clothes of the other cultures also.
Okay. My last question is, where do you usually buy your clothes?
Okay, basically I don't have a single shop or a purchase point from where I buy my clothes. I have a lot of different types of shops and brands from there I purchase my clothes. Usually I have a friend of a friend who has a shop in market. So basically I have purchased a lot of from clothes from him, and in some occasion, in some occasion, I purchase from different brands. So it depends upon which type of clothes I am buying when I
Okay.
choose.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Asim. But it's somehow, first of all, it's really good, like your confidence. You speak in front of us. This is really a good thing. And one thing that I can say, you also, I think so, you also follow the same, you also need to follow the same instruction that I tell Ma'am Iman before you, as before you, because you also prolong your answers little bit. Okay, because this is the part one question, this is not the part three discussion section. When we ask question, an examiner asks questions from you in the part three after the cue card question, so at that time you have to elaborate your answer by picking the reasons, by also adding the examples. But here you just have to answer the direct, that you have just to directly answer the question and also add 1 to 2 sentences for elaborating your answer. I hope you understand it. And one more
Oh,
thing that I felt is something wrong with you, which is uh, I think so. Your sentence, like, Sir Ibad, kindly correct me. Sir used, Sir Asim recently used, I have uh, something like that. I have clothes. No, I
I
have
have
wear.
purchased.
Okay, sorry,
Purchased.
Sir Asim, kindly repeat it. I have
I
what?
said purchased.
No,
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I want to tell you that the word that you are trying to, remember, he used I have weared, which is not a correct, word. I have worn.
Yes, sir, you are right. So, Sir Asim, I hope you understand you need to correct your sentence structure. Like you have to correct your tenses.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for understanding. And one more thing that I remembered by the questions of by the answers of Sir Asim, which is for Ma'am Iman. Ma'am Iman, when examiner asked questions from us and we have distinct thoughts about that topic, okay? If examiner asked about my hobbies, about my favorite colors, okay? But I have 3 to 4 favorite colors: red, blue, green, yellow, okay? But at that time, I have only choose one color and speak on that one color. This is the essential thing that we all need to remember.
Can we take a moment to think about what we're gonna answer? Like 30 seconds.
Yes, ma'am, you can take. Almost you. Okay, when you felt that you need time to answer the question, so at that time you can say, "Well, sir, this is the correct answer. This is the good question that you asked from me." And then you have to take few seconds. Try to take only few seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, not more than 20 seconds. Okay. So during that time, you can think about that topic. I hope you understand it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so Sir Adil Ejaz, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. So, sir, my question is, do you often use a computer?
Yes, I always use a computer, and I always use a computer in office, and while coming at home, I usually open up my laptop and start my practice of ongoing IELTS preparation, and I usually also play games on my laptop. So yes, I use my computer laptop daily, a daily use.
Okay. So, how do you usually get online?
Uh, Online, if you are talking about online, so I'm always online on WhatsApp and all social media, but not always online on laptop due to traveling reasons. But I always online on my mobile phone.
Okay. Do you prefer desktops or laptops?
I prefer desktop due to big screen. That's why you can see everything in a in a larger picture and in a clearer version. So
Okay.
that's why I prefer it. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. And why not laptops?
I told you I prefer the larger screen laptops for the larger screen. I don't prefer mobile phones.
Okay. So, what do you use your computer for?
I use my computer for for job purpose and for working purposes and for gaming purposes. I'm a full stack developer and I'm currently working at a software house, so it's my basic need to use laptop for coding and and for gaming with my friends. So that's my basic need to use laptop.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Adil Ijaz, for participating. Sir Ibad, kindly unmute yourself and
Yeah.
advise Sir Adil to have any.
Yeah, sir. I think his name is pronounced as Sir Adil. So, sir,
Oh, sorry.
how your name is pronounced, sir?
I mistakenly pronounced.
Adil
Sorry for
Ejaz.
it, sir.
Adil, yes. So, yeah, Sir Adil. So he did well. I think that with the practice, you will get to know that how to answer the questions appropriately. One thing is, majority of the people have they become confused when thrown a question. It's a normal thing at the start, but uh, with the practice, when one became accustomed of with different topics which are asked, so you can know it, and it became easier for idea generation and all the issues which are faced by the aspirants here. Another thing I would like to add here is just try to be relaxed. This part of the test is to become, how to say, to become at ease with the test. So don't panic at this stage, and it's just 2 to 3 sentences. You just have to answer every question, just 2 to 3 sentences, and there is no wrong answer to any question. So be confident in whatever is doing. Sir Munib's hand is raised. Yes, Sir Munib.
So I just raised the hand so that I could be asked questions like
Okay.
everyone else is doing.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you so much, Sir Ibad. So our last participant for today is Sir Munib Hussain. So, Sir Munib, my question from you is, okay, this is a very interesting topic. Okay, do you often have dreams when you sleep?
Uh, so ma'am, can you please repeat your question?
Okay, no issue. Do you often have dreams when you sleep?
Are you talking about drinks?
Yes, I am talking about dreams.
No, not at all. In my country, we usually don't drink. And before going to sleep, I just take the drinks past 30 minutes before sleeping. I like the common water and others, but not the drinks at all.
No drinks, sir.
I'm,
May like
I'm
no.
missing. I'm thinking about it like you're asking about that you take alcohol or not. I'm just thinking about that.
No, sir. I asked about dreams, khwab.
Sorry. I just took that you're asking about drinks. Okay. So, ma'am,
Oh,
can we repeat it? Can we repeat it? Let's start again.
okay. Okay, my question is, do you often have dreams when you sleep?
Yes, ma'am. I often get dreams whenever I go to sleep. So mostly my dreams are about the people and the circumstances I am at, or the people I am talking about. I mostly get dreams about them. I feel that I am mostly used to get dreams about many happenings that are happening around me. So yes, I often get dreams.
Okay. So, do you usually remember your dreams?
It's quite often that I remember dreams because most of the time it's like that I just wake up in the middle of the dream, and whenever I try to remember it, I just realize that I have forgot the dream. But sometimes it's like I just remember the dream whenever I complete it.
Okay. Do you think dreams are important to remember?
According to me, dreams are very specific, that varies from person to person. It is not important that a person remembers his dreams or not. What matters is what kind of dreams he is getting. Are they comfortable for him or are they not?
Your answer is quite good, sir. Okay, do you
Thank you.
ever have daydream?
Uh, when I was in my teenage, I used to daydream a lot. I used to think about, I used to get stuck in a specific happening, and I just used to get daydream about that I will be getting these things, I will be moving around that thing, and I used to daydream a lot. But that could use a lot of my energy in daydreaming, and I feel that that was hurting my routine. So I probably get over that habit of mine.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Munib Hussain.
Thank you.
आपके आंसर्स बहुत अच्छे थे और कुछ जगह पे मुझे लगा कि शायद आपने आंसर्स जो हैं वो मतलब आपके थोड़े से ना लंबे आपने आंसर्स किया स्टार्टिंग में जो मैंने क्वेश्चंस पूछे उनके, ठीक है। और मतलब आपको ये पार्ट 1 क्वेश्चन में हमेशा यही होता है कि आपने आंसर्स का टू द पॉइंट जो है मतलब क्वेश्चंस का टू द पॉइंट आंसर करना है। सो ट्राई टू फोकस टू आंसर डायरेक्टली एंड द सेकंड स्टेप जस्ट ऐड 1 to 2 सेंटेंसेस, क्योंकि पॉसिबल ये हो सकता है कि एग्जामिनर जब आपसे क्वेश्चन करे तो आप वही चीज़ आप पहले आंसर में दे चुके हो, मतलब पहले आंसर कर चुके हो, फिर जब एग्जामिनर दोबारा आपसे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करेगा तो उस जगह पे फिर आप जो हो वो इस चीज़ को देखोगे कि भाई मुझसे एग्जामिनर ने अब वही क्वेश्चन कर लिया जो कि मैं पहले आंसर कर चुका हूँ, और आप फिर कहोगे उस जगह पे यस आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू। तो वो जो ये चीज़ है ना, इस चीज़ से भी अवॉइड करने के लिए हम कहते हैं कि इस चीज़ से भी बचने के लिए हम कहते हैं कि अवॉइड करना चाहिए और टू द पॉइंट आंसर करना चाहिए आपको, स्पेशली पार्ट 1 में। सो एंड सेकंड थिंग,
And like in this question in the start, I just mistook your question and I just started to answer it. So will the examiner interrupt me that I just mistook the question or not? What will happen in that case?
okay, in I think so this is the first time I get this question in this session. Sir Ibad, what do you think about this?
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question? What
Okay,
he
सर
asked?
सर कह रहे हैं कि जिस तरह से मैंने सर से क्वेश्चन किया ड्रीम्स के बारे में और सर को ड्रीम्स के बारे में है और सर ने ड्रीम्स के अकॉर्डिंग जो है अपना आंसर किया, ठीक है। सर ने कहा कि मैं ड्रीम्स के अकॉर्डिंग आंसर कर देता हूँ, अगर तो क्या एग्जामिनर मुझे इंटरप्ट करेगा, रोकेगा कि भाई नहीं
Yeah, yeah,
जो
yeah.
क्वेश्चन
Normally the examiner interrupts that if you do not like understood the topic, then and if you need any clarification, just ask the examiner that I couldn't understand, or if you have like the like if you couldn't understand anything, just ask the examiner.
Sir, it's not about clarification. It's just that I, according to me, I just heard that she was asking about drinks, and I just starting to answer. I didn't think so that I mistook it. So basically, my question is, what if I understood in my mind that I am just thinking right, and she just asked me this, and I start answering that.
Yeah, it could be a wrong answer. Then it's simple.
Oh, okay.
ओके, बट सर ये टॉपिक से थोड़ा हट जाएगा सर। मुनीब, एक क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे पूछने लगी थी, आपने ड्रिंक्स के हवाले से जो आंसर किया, क्योंकि मैं तो ड्रीम्स के बारे में सोच रही थी ना, तो आपने जब आंसर ड्रिंक्स के हवाले से किया तो वो मतलब आपने कहा कि नहीं हमारे कंट्री में सोने से पहले ड्रिंक नहीं करते हैं, तो वो ये क्या सीन था?
Sir,
मतलब
I was just thinking about the drinks means like drinking alcohol or like that. So I was saying that in my country we don't actually drink in that way.
ओके ओके सर, ओके
It's
ठीक है,
actually a
ओके।
question that if examiner asks about drinks, is it specifically about alcohol or he can ask about juices, etc.
Yeah, he could ask about the, even though he is asking about the hard drinks, you can answer it according that I like Coke very much, or the Fanta or the colored one, or Dew or something else. You can answer it that way. You don't have to go for the hard drink.
Okay, sorry, but thank you so much.
Ma'am Nazneen's hand is raised. I think she wants to participate.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Actually, I have
Yes,
a question I wanted to ask.
yes, ma'am. Sure.
In part two question, the Q card one, if we get a question that we do not have any personal experience with, as you mentioned earlier, the vacation one, or any question, that we do not have something prior personal experience with, do you suggest that we come up with a story on the spot, or we should answer, honestly, and or get another question, or the examiner will give another topic, another question, if we say that we do not have any personal experience of a vacation or something else, any question that we do not have any personal experience with.
Yes, ma'am, I understand your question. What you actually want to ask. Okay, so at that situation, I only advise you to just speak honestly. And if you think you don't familiar with the topic, then it is wrong. Because you are 100% familiar with that topic. Like if you are not familiar with that topic personally, then you will listen. You listen about that topic from your friend, from your family, from a third person, from your colleague. Like you listen everything on daily basis. Okay, you listen about it might be possible you listen a news about globalization. Okay, you listen different facts about globalization. You read some facts like when you were a child. So it means that you must मतलब आप उस टॉपिक के बारे में लाजमी जानते होंगे. ये नहीं हो सकता कि आप ना जानते हो. लेकिन अगर आपको लगता है कि आप उस चीज़ के बारे में नहीं जानते, तो उस जगह पे ये है कि अगर आप पर्सनली नहीं उस चीज़ से फेमिलियर, तो इसका मतलब है कि आपका दोस्त फेमिलियर होगा. आपने आपके दोस्त ने कभी आपसे उस बारे में बात ज़रूर की होगी. अगर आपके दोस्त ने नहीं की होगी, लाइक अगर आपने खुद अपनी बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट नहीं की, तो आप बर्थडे आप मतलब अपनी दोस्त की बर्थडे पे तो लाजमी गए होगे. अपनी फैमिली में किसी की बर्थडे पे गए होंगे, क्योंकि लाजमी नहीं होता कि हर कोई अपनी बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट करे. ओके, सो अगर आपने खुद सेलिब्रेट नहीं की लेकिन दूसरों की तो देखी है ना कि वो कैसे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, तो आप उसकी एग्जांपल कोट करो कि भाई मैंने अपनी बर्थडे तो सेलिब्रेट नहीं की, लेकिन मैंने उसे देखा, मेरे फ्रेंड को, या मैंने जिसे भी देखा, या मैं अपने फैमिली कल्चर की अगर बात करती हूँ तो उसमें जो बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट की जाती हैं वो किस तरह से की जाती हैं, क्यों की जाती हैं, क्या वजह है उसकी. तो अब ये है कि आपने अगर खुद चीज़ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं की होगी, लेकिन आपका जो आपके साथ सेकंड पर्सन होगा उसने की होगी, सेकंड ने नहीं की होगी तो थर्ड ने ज़रूर की होगी, क्योंकि ऐसा कोई टॉपिक है नहीं जिससे आप फेमिलियर नहीं होंगे. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड, यू गेट योर आंसर.
Yeah, sure, I got it. Okay,
क्योंकि अगर आप
हाँ.
अगर हम लोग स्टोरी टेलिंग की तरफ चले जाएंगे ना,
हाँ.
अगर हम स्टोरी टेलिंग की तरफ चले जाएंगे तो हर कोई स्टोरी टेलिंग में अच्छा नहीं होता. ओके, लाइक अगर मैं अपनी बात करती हूँ तो मैं स्टोरी टेलिंग में अच्छी नहीं हूँ. अगर मैं स्टोरी बना लेती हूँ कोई भी, और उसके अकॉर्डिंग मुझे वो पार्ट 3 डिस्कशन में कोई क्वेश्चन कर लेता है, तो उस जगह पे मैं स्टक हो जाऊंगी कि अब मैं इसका क्या आंसर करूँ, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है, मैंने खुद से बनाया था क्यू कार्ड में. सो इसलिए मैं कहती हूँ कि ट्राई टू अवॉइड स्टोरी टेलिंग,
Okay,
बी
okay.
नेचुरल.
Okay, ma'am. There was another thing that I wanted to ask. Actually, I have a problem that, with idea generation, I am very good when I'm examining someone else's ideas. When they are speaking, I am very good with, uh, coming up with things that, they should have done better. But when I try to do it myself, I just get blank.
ओके मैम, आपको ना इस जगह पे ये करना चाहिए कि आपको, अच्छा फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सॉरी फॉर डैट कि मैं उर्दू में बात कर रही हूँ. सॉरी फॉर डैट, क्योंकि लास्ट पे आके मेरा थोड़ा सा तसलसल.
मैं इस वजह से कर रही थी ताकि मैं मतलब कि जो है ना मेरी वो हेजिटेशन दूर हो जाए, वरना मुझे भी उर्दू ज्यादा मतलब मैं उसमें कंफर्टेबल हूँ.
आपको मैं एक सोल्यूशन बताती हूँ, ये कि मैम मारूफ को बहुत बताती होती हैं, वो ये कि ट्राई टू स्पीक इन फ्रंट ऑफ मिरर. ठीक है, एक तो मिरर के सामने, अपने सामने मिरर रखें और उसके सामने बोलने की कोशिश करें. जब आप अपना अक्स देखेंगे ना मिरर में, आपको अपने अंदर बड़ी खामियां और बड़ा कुछ नजर आएगा. और जब आप अपने सामने बोलने की कोशिश करेंगे और अपने सामने बोलेंगे ना, तो आपके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड होगा. और ये 100% जो है ना, ये टिप जो है वो मतलब ये टेक्निक यूजफुल है, ये वर्क करती है. सेकेंडली, अगर आप मिरर के सामने बोल रहे हैं, वेल एंड गुड. मिरर के सामने नहीं बोल रहे, अपना कैमरा ऑन करें, मोबाइल सामने रखें और 2 मिनट के लिए बोलें. पहले 2 मिनट मतलब कोई ऑडियो सुने, उस ऑडियो को फिर 2 मिनट के लिए कैमरे में बोलें और खुद को रिकॉर्ड करें. रिकॉर्ड करने के बाद फिर अपनी रिकॉर्डिंग को सुनें. जब अपनी रिकॉर्डिंग को सुनेंगी तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली पता चलेगा कि आपने कौन सा सेंटेंस गलत बोला, कौन सी ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स है। मतलब आप स्कैन करने लगेंगे एक एग्जामिनर की नज़र से कि एग्जामिनर किस तरह से स्कैन करता है हमारी स्पीकिंग को। फिर आपको अपने थॉट्स पे नहीं होगा, आपको होगा मैंने स्पीकिंग में क्या क्या चीज़ गलत बोली, क्या क्या सही बोली। अब इससे क्या होगा, आपके थॉट्स भी क्लियर होंगे, आपके सेंटेंसेस भी क्लियर होंगे।
एक चीज मुझे और पूछनी थी मैम, एक चीज मुझे और ये पूछनी थी कि मतलब जैसे मैं खुद से बात, जैसे अगर हम लोग जनरली भी अगर हम लोग उर्दू में भी कन्वर्सेशन करते हैं ना, तो हम लोग थोड़ा सा जब हम लोग नेचुरली बात करते हैं तो थोड़ा सा कुछ सोच के बात करते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये चीज जब मैं उसमें बात करती हूँ ना, तो मतलब उसमें थोड़ा टाइम ज्यादा लग जाता है। जैसे कि अगर आइल्स के लिए कहा जाता है कि मतलब आपको अपने आंसर्स मेमोराइज नहीं करने हैं, ये बहुत ही ज्यादा नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन पड़ता है इससे। लेकिन अगर मैं नेचुरली बात करूँ, चाहे वो उर्दू में हो इंग्लिश में हो, तो मैं उसमें पॉजेज बहुत ज्यादा ले लेती हूँ।
मैम उसकी वजह यही है कि आप कॉन्फिडेंस जो है ना आपका लूज, आप कॉन्फिडेंस लूज कर जाती हैं। तो उसके लिए यही रेमेडी है कि आप बोल लें, मतलब जितना ज़्यादा हो सकता है। अच्छा मैं आपको एक बात बताऊंगी, लिंक्डइन को यूज़ करें। लिंक्डइन पे पोस्ट वगैरह लिखना शुरू करें। आपको पता है लिंक्डइन पे पोस्ट लिखने से भी आपका जो माइंड है ना वो खुलता है। आप जब पढ़ते हो अपनी मतलब अपनी थॉट्स को कन्वे कर, ये इशू होता है कुछ लोगों में कि वो थॉट्स को कन्वे नहीं कर पाते हैं। लाइक मेरे साथ भी ये इशू है और काफ़ी हद तक है कि मैं अपनी थॉट्स को दूसरों तक कन्वे करना मेरे लिए बहुत मुश्किल होता है। तो उसके लिए ये होता है कि आप बोलना शुरू करें। जब आप बोलना शुरू करेंगे तो आप खुलेंगी, और आप जब खुलेंगी लोगों के मतलब लोगों के साथ बोलें, अपने बहन भाइयों के साथ बातचीत करना शुरू करें, अपने आइडियाज़ को शेयर करना शुरू करें। ये एक स्पीकिंग का इस पे बहुत अफेक्ट पड़ता है, मतलब स्पीकिंग पर इसका बहुत अफेक्ट पड़ता है। सो मैं यही कहूँगी कि आप थोड़ा ना अपने आप को ओपन अप करें, यही चीज है। ओके सर, अब्दुल इबादुर रहमान, इट्स ओवर टू यू, काइंडली सम अप द सेशन।
Yeah, ma'am, we are already up our time. Thank you everyone for your participation. Uh, this is the end of our session.
Yes sir, thank you so much. Sorry